So now we're going to do the instructional video for phantom limb. We're going to start off right here on the 7th and 8th fret with these power chords, 2-string power chords. So that's pretty much exactly how it's going to be on the CD. I'm pretty sure about that. What you're doing is you're starting on the 7th fret, and you have to count it off, but it's, you know, at a certain point you're going to start working down the neck there. And the way you're doing that is with these little hammer-ons here. So you're doing like a 7-8, and then you're going 6-7, 5-6, 4-5, 3-4, 2-3, and then you're staying right there and continuing that same kind of riff. And then from there it's going to go into the next riff, which you kind of seen the beginning of that at the end of that riff. So what's going on here is we're starting with a power chord on the 3rd fret. So you can see it where that's at. It's, you're just so it's kind of like a power chord, open, and then coming down with a double on the 3rd fret, and then coming back up to here on the 5th, and sliding down to the 2nd with the open power chord. All that's muted until you get to that open power chord. Or except the first one is not muted actually, and then the rest is muted till that 2nd fret power chord. So what's going on there is we're starting on the 1st fret A string. 1st fret A string, open, and then the rest is muted, palm muted. 2, 1, open 1. And then you're going back down to that to run that little pattern again. So it's 1, 2, 1, open 1, 1, 2, 1. So every time you're hitting that A string on the 1st fret, it's open. And then you're hitting that harmonic at the end. So that riff kind of runs through until it gets to the next riff, and I'm just going to jump forward. You notice there was that little sustained note on the 1st fret that happens right before the lyrics come in, and then from there you run that same riff, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward into the bridge into the next riff. So right there we're just going. So there's no harmonic on it, it just kind of snubs out right there with a palm mute. And then it kind of starts repeating in that same area there with another riff that's kind of similar to that ending part of that riff. So it's kind of the same pattern, it just keeps repeating right there. And then from there it's going to go into the next riff. on right here is we're starting on the E string on the 2nd fret. So it's like a 2nd fret, open double, back to 2nd fret, 3rd fret A string, back to 2nd fret, E string. And then you end off with the dun-dun-dun. Which is a double, hammer on down on the 2nd, pull off to and then another open E. So that's how that goes. So from there, we're going to move on to the next riff. I'm going to play it in session there so you can hear it all. Now we're going to go into the chorus, which goes like this. So what's going on here is we're starting on the 2nd, 3rd to 1, with 3 mutes to an open, or 2 mutes to an open, and then back down to the 4th fret, coming up to the 3rd. 3, 4, 1. And then it's going to the post-chorus riff, let's call it, which goes like this. Back into the verse riff. So let's look at that post-chorus riff. It's pretty easy. It's in the same pattern there. 3, 4, 1. What you want to pay attention to there is that there's an accent in that riff. It's kind of just alternate picking it along, but there's accent punches in there that go like this. So when you do it fast, it's kind of hard to hear, but it's there. Gives it a little bit of dynamics and a gallop type feel. So that's that riff, and then from there it goes back into the verse. So after that, it kind of repeats what was going on before. So we can go ahead and fast forward to the next change in the song, which is going to be after the next chorus, the 2nd chorus in the song. There's going to be some stuff added in there. So basically I'm going to just play a little bit of the 2nd chorus and run into the post-chorus stuff. Alright, continuing on after our technical difficulties here. I believe where I was at is after the 2nd chorus on the post-chorus riffs, there's a couple things added to that area, and let's start on that. So coming out of the 2nd chorus, we're going to go back into that same riff that we seen earlier on, which is... So that's pretty much the gist of it. We're rolling through that same pattern, 3 different styles there. Of course, the first one is repeated from earlier, and that's the power chords with the accents, and then the second one's just got the open with the palm mutes in it. And then the third one just kind of pedals through it on the same pattern, but it's just a single string type technique. That's pretty much it. Then it's going to go into the closing part of the song, which is going to be a lead played on top of the verse riff, and it's going to the verse riff is going to be this one right here. It's the same verse riff that we've been using. You see that I'm kind of doing it a couple different ways on the power chord that's on the 2nd fret. The last one I did is going to be the one that's used, and that's this one right here. And then just kind of fast forward at the end of the song, it's going to close out, and it's going to sound like this. That's it. So when it closes out, there's no harmonic at on that last note. I kind of accidentally did that, but it just closes out right there on the 1st fret. That's Phantom Limb. Hope you enjoy.